Hey, what's up, everybody? Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and follow us for more Third and Long content. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Third and Long, Week 4. Sorry I didn't get to you last week. Short turnaround after the Monday night game, getting ready for our previous game. And just want to say thank you. Thank you to everybody who's still supporting the show. Thank you to, all our fans who are supporting our team. Obviously, not the start to the season that we were expecting or that we want, but there's a lot of football left. And I do feel we have a great team and guys who can get it turned around. And, we got to dig deeper, continue to grind harder, but there's a lot of football left to be played. And I think a lot to, look forward to and open to the challenge of, getting things turned around. And so for those of you who, are with us supporting, we appreciate you. And, we're going to do everything in our willpower to, try to change things around and be a reason why, we can get our season turned around and headed in the right direction, that we see it. And, I think we could easily be having different conversations right now. 0-4 definitely is not what any of us wanted. But, looking at these past 4 games that we lost, I think that we could easily, be 3-1 at this point. And, 3 games, which are 1-score losses, 3 points, 4 points, and 5 points. A few plays here and there, those games could look completely different. And, that's on us, though. That's on us to find a way to win the games like that. And when we have people down, when we are controlling the game, find a way to win it and, stump them out and not let them get back in it. And so, that's has been the thing that we've been talking about as a team is how do we finish? How do we finish each play? How do we finish a half? How do we finish a game? And, that's where we're lacking. We haven't been able to finish and put a game together in totality and get a win. So that's been a point of emphasis for us. Also, too, for us, it's about sticking together. I've been on a lot of different teams throughout my career. And when adversity strikes, that can create cracks and division amongst each other. And really right now, it's all about sticking together, realizing that we're the only ones who are going to get us out of this situation. No one's going to come in and have a special magical solution. The solutions are from within. And the only way we're going to do that is by sticking together, dividing us and, starting to point fingers and, it's them. No, that's only going to make things worse. It's important for us right now to stick together, even when, outside sources are trying to divide us and blame certain people and coaches this, players that. We're all in this together. We're all affected by what happens out there on that field. We're all affected by how each other perform and, what we're able to accomplish out there. And so that type of mentality is the mentality that we're going to have, even when things are getting tough. Coach talked about, all of us being in this building and how this is a special place for us and a special time for us to stick together and overcome this, and how much better we will be moving forward from getting through these experiences and getting through this situation, and, how much it'll make us appreciate, once we're able to come out on the other side of this. And, when you love to learn lessons and wins, but obviously we've been having to learn our lessons with losses. And, the thing about that is, when you do lose, how does it make you after? Like, are you hardened, or do you get soft and, just fold under the pressure? And, this is an opportunity for our team to see, really what we're made up as a team, made up as individuals. We call ourselves family. We call ourselves, brothers, coaching staff. We call ourselves family. We're in this together. And this is a real opportunity to see, how much truly we care about one another. especially in times like this when it feels like no one is on your side outside of the building. It can be very tough. But the NFL is a tough business. Football is a tough sport. It doesn't get any easier. You can't go looking for someone to save you. And I really feel like all we need is one win to get us back on track and, put it all together for one game and get that win. Because I think there's flashes and we show what we're capable of throughout a game. You look at, our close losses, and especially last week, I think we had an opportunity to control that game against a division opponent, against a great team, a playoff team last year, and, really, really win that game. Our first 4 games started off with 4 playoff teams from last year. And I think that those games, playing against good teams are going to be ones that we have to find a way to win and really learn from moving forward. And, the NFL it's been kind of crazy this year. It's been kind of weird, to be honest. A lot of teams you weren't expecting to be good, pretty good. A lot of teams that you weren't expecting, to be, bad are turning out to be good. And so there's a lot of football left to be played. I believe that we can get this turned around. I'm extremely positive, for myself as a player and for my team. I'm extremely positive. And, we have going into this game this week, another division opponent in the Colts. The Colts are 2-2, coming off 2 wins. Great football team. Like I said, in the NFL, it doesn't get any easier. It's a battle each and every week. And we got another good opponent coming into town. I'm excited to get back home and play in front of our fans and, have a home division game. I'm expecting it to be, another dogfight, another battle that we're going to prepare for, a 4-quarter game. They have a good team, a bunch of talent and great players over there. And so, we're gearing up for that, gearing up to, try to put it all together, trying to find a way to finish a game, try to find a way to, take our positives and good things that we're doing throughout a game and make it, each play down in and down out. And I think if we're able to do that, I think, we'll look up and be happy with the result. We haven't been able to do that thus far, but there's a lot of football left to be played. And I'm excited about the opportunity to get back out on the field Sunday and, prove myself as a player, prove, what we can do as a team and fight, scratch, crawl, whatever we got to do to get a win. That's what the NFL is, week in and week out. Going to work, putting your hard hat on, with your brothers and banding together and taking that field and trying to do everything you can to win. So I'm excited. I am still inspired and, especially by my teammates and the guys that I'm around. This last game was even more inspiring. Seeing how guys responded when our backs was against the wall. Even though we didn't come out with the win, there is no lack of fight in our group. We have guys who take pride in what they do and, won't settle until, we're the type of team that we want to be. And however long it takes, it doesn't matter. We're going to stick to it. We're going to stick to, who we are in terms of bringing that work ethic and bringing that grind and digging deeper and trying to find a way and, however long it takes, that's what we're going to stick to and that's what we're committed to. And being around guys who are like-minded like that and will do anything to try to be better and try to win, I'll line up and play alongside of those guys any day. Moving on to other things around the league. Like I said, some teams are off to a great start and that was expected. Some teams, are struggling. The Minnesota Vikings, man, I think going into the season, not a lot of people expected them to be in this position, sitting at 4-0. And Sam Darnold has been balling. That defense has been playing amazing as well, too, forcing a lot of turnovers. But Sam Darnold, man, he's a guy that I've played against throughout my career when he was in New York and in Carolina and was fortunate to be a teammate with him last year. And, that's when you look at a player like Sam and how his career has gone and the trajectory of it. And it just shows you how tough this business is and how new situations, new environments, And, just the right combination of people can be special. He's getting off to a great start this season. I always felt, Sam had the ability to be special. Playing against him, I felt like he was super talented. And then being his teammate and seeing his work ethic and seeing, what he could do out there on the field daily, I was real comfortable with him last year, playing. And so, if something that happened to Purdy, it just goes to show you how this league is a grind. You got to put your head down. It's going to be tough times. It's going to be adversity, and that's what makes it that much sweeter once you're able to reach that success. That's how my career went. A lot of ups and downs. A lot of times I had to remind myself, who I am and the type of player I can be, and a lot of times I had to go to a dark place and really get into grind mode and come out of what narratives were being put on me and all those different type of things. And so Sam is a guy that is showing what he's capable of in this league, where a lot of people would have thought, he wasn't good, or he couldn't be this or couldn't be that. It just goes to show you, what is possible in this league when you stay the course, commit yourself to being the best possible. And so I'm definitely happy for Sam and how things are going for him over there in Minnesota, and that's an amazing to see, and it's an inspiring story for other players to see too. That when people throw dirt on your name, you can shake it off and overcome that, and that's really been a big part of what my career has been about. That's why I encourage younger guys to really stay the course, take ownership over their careers, really try to lock in and become a master of their craft, and just stay inspired, even in tough times. The tough times are going to make the victories that much sweeter. The tough times are going to make the success that much sweeter. The tough times are going to make, when people were talking bad about you and throwing dirt in your name, it's going to make that much more gratifying and rewarding. And so, in situations like our team is in now, that's why I'm really I'm unfazed. I feel like I've been through everything in this league, from a 2-14 team to going to Super Bowls and being called a bust and playing at a high level and getting contracts and, having to play on a contract and people saying this and this about you, oh, you're not worth it. And then getting more contracts and playing better. It's nonstop. The league is each and every year you have to prove yourself. And at this point, I'm unfazed by anything. And that's what I encourage young players, young guys on our team, the situation that we're in now, stay motivated, stay grinding, regardless of what happens, regardless of the results, be committed to what you put into it. I put a lot into this game. I put a lot into trying to be the best player I can be. I put a lot into pouring into my teammates and trying to be a great example, trying to help other guys. And sometimes the results don't show. Sometimes I go out there, I put a lot of work into my game plan, and I worked out all week, I practice hard, and sometimes I don't have a good game. Do I let that deter my work? Do I let that make me abort the mission? No, I dig deeper. I find a way. I grind harder. I watch more tape. I work more on the details. That's truly what this league is all about. And I think at times the grind gets to people, the over and over, the toughness, the physicality of the sport, how hard it is to win losses, how hard it is to deal with certain situations and deal with coaching and deal with all these things gets to players. For me at this point, I'm just truly unfazed by anything. I know what I have to do, and I know that I'm in control of what I can do out there on that field, and I'm in control of my career. And when I want things to, go a certain way, I got to make them happen. And so that's why I encourage young guys to do. That's what I encourage the rest of my teammates to do, is to, in tough times, rise above it. So that was encouraging and great to see. Transitioning to our self-scout portion of the show, we're going to take you through some tape. This is where things get solved. This is where your problems get answered, is right here watching film and figuring out what happened in that game. They say the eye in the sky doesn't lie. And, the smallest of details you can see on this film. Everything doesn't get, highlighted on the TV copy, and when you're watching the game or even when you're playing in the game, you don't always know exactly what happened. And so it's always important, for me to watch the film and see what actually happened out there and learn from it, get better, positive, negatives, whatever it is. Just try to become a better football player. Definitely want to highlight some of my teammates who I thought made some plays out there on Sunday and, were a big impact on the game. We start first with Roy. I thought Roy had a great game right here. So we have a play. So the Texans are in 22 personnel. So that's two backs, two running backs. You got two running backs in the backfield. They're in I formation. And then they're actually they have two tight ends in the game, but one of them is an XO. So 57 right here is actually an extra O lineman. And then you got 86 on the other side of the formation. They're in 22 XO. And right here, they run a play. This is a power lead play. So power is guard pull. Lead means the fullback is leading in the hole. And so right here, this is just a downhill run. And what they want to do with this right side of the line is wash everyone down. And they're pulling this guard and leading this fullback up into the hole, hoping to create a running lane for their running back. But Roy right here does a great job. He plays his initial C gap. He reads and sees that this extra O lineman, number 57, is blocking down on him. He uses his hands, and instead of allowing himself to get washed, he throws the offensive lineman in the C gap, come around, make a play, big play. Plays like that are huge for our defense. Getting them behind the chains, not letting them establish the run game is also very important. And so this was a big play by Roy, and he also went on to make some more big plays later in the game. Another big play in the game was a sack by Jeremiah Ledbetter. It was a big play, definitely established the tone in the drive. And Led, as we call him, did a great job here. But also what I want to talk about is just everybody rushing as one and truly like closing a pocket down on a quarterback and what that can do, especially when the guys, are covering in the back end, which they've been doing a good job of. So right here, I go with a rush. I go with a power rush. 1, 2 steps. I'm trying to get both hands in his chest. And right here, I lifted his outside arm. So I got his outside arm lifted up. I got my right arm in his chest, and I'm able to drive him back and close the pocket. Then you go over here to O, Ezzy. He comes right here. He's getting the double team, does a great job splitting it and getting some pressure. And Led right here works a power move on the guard. Press, press, press. A big emphasis this game was to close the pocket on CJ. And Led did a great job right here coming off and getting him down. And everybody was hyped. You could feel and see the energy on this play right here. And, we need more plays like this. And, that's what we're striving to do. And we're a long ways away from, being our best. But I think we're heading on the right track of, where we want to go with the guys up front. Another guy who I thought had an excellent day out there on Sunday was Ventrell Miller. Devin Lloyd and Foye were down. And, we definitely needed our linebackers to step up and fill that void. And Ventrell was one who I thought flied around and made a lot of plays out here on Sunday. This play specifically that I want to highlight, he made a number of plays, but I thought this was an amazing play right here. Texans come out in 12 formation, but like the previous, like some of their run plays, sometimes they can use a fullback, sometimes they can use a tight end. And in this formation right here, what they're trying to do is run a toss play. So they quick motion the tight end who's playing fullback in this situation over. And right here, they're trying to outflank our defense to the right. This center is trying to climb up on Ventrell now and get a grasp of him. And they're trying to seal off the right side of our defense, toss the ball out on our edge, and make everybody run and get over the top and float to the ball to get the ball carrier on the ground. Ventrell does a great job right here, beating the center, not getting hooked by the center, flowing over the top, and on a good running back, making a play in space to get him down right there. That's a big time football play. You know, it may look like, oh, it's just a tackle, but making plays like that on linebacker is a tough job. You know, he made a number of plays today just like this and really showed up big for us in this game. Roy definitely had a great game, made a number of plays. Right here, he got a sack in the fourth quarter, which was a huge play for us. And you see the Texans are in kind of a bunch spread look. They motion their back out to the backfield, out of the backfield. And right here, they're using the tight end to chip our right edge just here. And whenever the tight end chips, that tackle is going to block the interior rusher for some time. And then he's going to go out to the edge rusher. And so initially, Roy is kind of in a double team. And at that point, you got a couple options. And Roy decided to just power through it. He did a great job lifting that guard's outside hand and opening up the edge and ripping through it and muscling through it. You know, they don't always have to be all pretty, but sometimes just playing with violence can be effective. And Roy did a great job right here, lifting that arm, ripping through, turning, and getting to CJ and getting him on the ground, which was a big play for us in this game as well, too. So Roy made a number of plays out there. Appreciate you watching another episode of Third and Long. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe. Another home game this week. Can't wait to get out in front of you fans. And, you know, we need your support. We need you to be loud on Sunday. And can't wait to see you on Sunday. Appreciate you tapping into the show. And I'll see you on another episode of Third and Long.